So I'm going to Chile tomorrow and driving to Argentina. Well, I'm leaving tomorrow. I get in on Sunday because it's like a 13, 14-hour flight. And then after driving from Chile to Argentina, then back to Chile and flying out, I think I'm going to a YPO event in Florida, which is Young Presidents Organization, which I think you have to be making $10 million a year in revenue, have over a few hundred employees, something. I don't know the exact numbers that you need to qualify. And then you can join this group. And I've been to a few of the events because Kenny, one of the guys I work for, he's in YPO. The guys in there are spectacular. I actually got to interview Davis, and I posted on my channel. I just kind of walked around with him as we were touring the Waste Management Open and just kind of recorded what we were talking about. So that was the best video I'll probably ever make because it wasn't me talking. Todd Davis was the founder of LifeLock, which was a multi-billion-dollar company. He sold it, no longer a part of it. Those are the types of things that really, really fire me up is hanging out with those guys. A lot of them, I mean, they're all older, probably 50s, 60s. They are past their time when they were just gung-ho trying to grow and scale a business, but now they have all the wisdom of doing that. So for me, I have a huge community of people who have already done it, who have already made it, and they are trying to help me also make it. But I don't have a really good community of younger people who are just gung ho trying to make it every single day and grow and scale and do all these things. But it's so fun hanging out with those types of guys who are just the foremost experts in something. To get to that point where you're making $10 million a year in whatever business you are, you need to be doing something right because you're providing so much value to the marketplace because people are willingly choosing to buy whatever you are selling to the point where you're flushed in all this cash. And it takes a ton of complexity in hiring and scaling and doing all these very, very hard things, which they solved and they went to the pinnacle of monetary success. And the wisdom they have it's so incredible. I've always gravitated towards older people because I always just loved hearing the stories and the wisdom that I could grasp from them. And it's just so remarkable. I mean, I'm in the most fortunate situation. I just, my heart just starts pounding in thankfulness. The other day, someone was trying to tell me, well, you have all these things that potentially went wrong in your life, and why don't you reflect on them and you can just talk them out? Why don't you ever just cry, Josh? I said, I have more things to be thankful for than any other human on the face of the planet. Everyone can find something that they're thankful for. It's just, how do you approach it? Do you see every single problem that you have in life and then choose to focus on that? Or I just focus on all the good that happens. And then that's all I really remember. People constantly say, Josh, well, why don't you ever talk about the bad things that have happened in your life? Because I don't really consider anything bad. You need to give the effort to reflect on something in a bad way. I will just take anything that quote unquote bad happens and turn it into some sort of lesson or something that I can turn around and be positive. Except, of course, people passing away. But people spend so much time reflecting on the bad things that have happened in their life and how that's an excuse as to the person that they are today. My question is, how does that benefit you? It doesn't. I mean, there's quite literally zero benefit that you get, or maybe not zero, but there's no benefit that I can see on the surface level of thinking about all the bad things that happen and victimizing your current circumstances. Because where you are today is simply the actions that you have done in the past. If you were a slob and ate nothing but McDonald's and never worked out, just watched Netflix and sat on a couch all day for 2 years straight and ate 5,000 calories every single day of junk food, you would be that slob because of your past actions. And maybe you went to the gym today and then you're saying, wow, why am I still fat? I just did something good. Because it doesn't work that way. Same way if you did everything right. And so many people just victimize themselves as to one certain circumstance prevented them from ever making it in life, quote unquote. or making money or doing whatever it is that you victimize yourself for. When I just know that it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter about the bad things that happen, because if you want to go wherever you want to go, you still just have to do the things that need to get done to get there. And it doesn't even matter if you're what you do. You can get there if you do the actions that are needed. Let's say to get a six pack. All you need to do is eat in a calorie deficit, work out enough, and eventually you will have one. And so for me, I think about it the same way as making money. If I want to make money, I just need to do the things that are going to need to happen. I need to hire the right people. I need to do the things that everyone has told me. There's commonality between what every single rich person says, and it is all simple stuff. And then just sticking with it. I've never met someone who is not good at what they do if they spent 10 years working on it. I mean, genuinely, if you spend 10 years working on anything, let's say it's even flipping burgers at McDonald's, I bet you are going to be the best fucking burger flipper there is, because you just put in the reps. I mean, I just see that it's simple. Maybe things are not as simple as I think they are. I just think most people quit before anything ever gets good. So my goal is just to not quit and just do the things I know I need to do, even though it doesn't always work that way.